I met Daniel on a rainy evening at a bookstore. He was charming, kind, and had the kind of smile that made you forget all your worries. Within a year, we were married. For the next 7 years, I believed I had the perfect husband. Daniel had a great job in finance, and we lived in a beautiful house. He was affectionate, always bringing me flowers, surprising me with dinner dates. I felt lucky, blessed, but looking back, I ignored the signs, the late-night phone calls, the way he'd tense up when I asked about work, the frequent business trips. Love made me blind. Until one night, I found something that shattered my perfect world that it was a normal Friday evening. Daniel was out for another business meeting. I decided to clean our bedroom and stumbled upon a small locked drawer in his study. Curious, I searched for the key and found it tucked inside his desk. My heart pounded as I unlocked the drawer. Inside, I found an old envelope with a different name on it. Ethan Carter. Confused, I opened it. My breath hitched. Inside were multiple IDs, driver's licenses, passports, all with different names, but the same face. Daniel's face. My hands trembled. Who was I married to? I spent the entire night researching. My Daniel had different identities? Why? Was he a criminal? A spy? When he came home, I confronted him. He laughed nervously. That's just some old stuff from my college days. I did some undercover work for the government. I wanted to believe him, but something felt wrong. The next day, I took one of the IDs and visited a private investigator. What he found made my blood run cold. The investigator called me 2 days later. His voice was serious. Ma'am, your husband isn't who he says he is. His real name isn't even Daniel. My heart pounded. Then who is he? He's been married before. Twice. And each time, he disappeared, along with a large sum of money. My hands shook. You mean he scams women? It looks that way, the investigator said. And I think you're his next target. I felt sick. I had built my entire life with a man who wasn't real. And worse, he was planning to take everything from me. That night, I acted normal. I couldn't let Daniel know I was onto him. But I needed proof that I started checking his emails, his bank transactions. I found secret accounts, hidden funds. I even discovered emails to another woman, one he was already planning to marry after disappearing from my life. Rage burned inside me. I wasn't going to let him get away with this, that I needed a plan. I contacted his ex-wives, and shockingly, one of them responded. Sarah, he did the same thing to me, she said bitterly. But I never had proof. That's when I decided to set a trap that I pretended I had no idea and suggested a weekend getaway. Daniel agreed. What he didn't know was that I had already contacted the police and given them the evidence that the hotel. I acted normal. But the moment Daniel went to the bathroom, officers stormed in. He was handcuffed before he even understood what was happening. His eyes locked onto mine. You set me up? You lied to me for years, I whispered. You thought I'd never find out? He was taken away, and I felt a mix of relief and heartbreak. I had loved him, but he had never truly existed. It took time to heal. The betrayal cut deep. But I learned an important lesson. Never ignore the red flags. Daniel, or whatever his real name was sentenced to 10 years for fraud. For me? I rebuilt my life. Stronger, wiser, and I promised myself, never again would I fall for a beautiful lie.